I'm getting old, mate. Allotments are starting to look attractive. I can't pass one without dribbling, and I can't tell you where from.
Oh, here he is.
Hello.
Hey up.
Hello,
Right,
mate.
Oh, we're just waiting for him to connect.
Connecting to audio. Oh, look at you. I need mine.
Hey,
Hello.
how are we doing, Billy?
What's he doing here?
I was passing.
Well, next time you're passing, please do.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Nice to see you, love. How are you doing? How are you coping with it all?
Yeah, all right. Just homeschooling's tough, innit? Hello, you. Mwah.
How you doing,
I'm really
Karen?
glad all that.
You what? Sorry, Bill.
I'm glad they're grown up. We've got Jack here, like, but I'm glad we don't have a baby, or you know.
Well, yeah, I mean,
days are over. To be honest, you know, at 69.
yeah, I suppose.
Good number,
Yeah.
though.
Yes, I remember it well.
Still having sex at 69, and I only live at 58. Right.
Oh, it's lovely to see you. It really is.
Oh, bless you, love. I wasn't expecting this. I'm sorry. I was a bit taken aback when I saw your.
Oh, didn't you know I was doing it? No,
Sorry, I must
well,
have
I didn't know
forgotten.
you were doing it.
Nobody fucking tells me anything. I hope you're not
I know.
recording.
I already am. But
Oh,
yeah,
you're not.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I swore.
It's all right.
No, it's not live. I don't think it's live. You can
No,
edit
it's not
it out,
live.
can't you?
All right. All right. Then.
But we're all right to swear in it.
Let's got that out of the way then. I'm getting old, mate. Allotments are starting to look attractive. I can't pass one without dribbling, and I can't tell you where from.
Oh, it's going to be one of those podcasts. I love it. Yeah, so this podcast, this episode is on pantomime. So I'm just going to be asking.
What do I know about pantomime?
Everything I know, I learned from him.
I learnt loads from him, I know.
But yeah, I'm just going to be asking if you've got any highlights over the years. What's the hardest thing? What's the most rewarding?
Neil Hurst.
Most rewarding or hardest?
We've never done pantomime together. We've worked together, but we haven't done pantomime.
Yeah.
No, we've never done panto.
He
No.
did Halifax for about 10 years for his singing.
Yeah.
He was lucky. He could have got 20. And
Like you, yeah. How many have you done at Bradford now?
21, I think.
All
I
right,
think.
okay.
It would have been 22 this year, if it all happens.
Yeah.
Do I look like Rod Stewart's dad?
A little bit.
Well, you know, I'm going to have to do what you've done, you bloody shave it all off.
I've literally just done it. Emily's just done it for me about 20 minutes ago.
I regret not getting a haircut before. It's just...
Yeah, you see, you should have done it.
You look lovely, Nathan.
Oh.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Well, I grew a moustache last week because me and the wife like to do everything together. Laugh. Pass your fags round.
Right, so...
That's a good idea, this, Nathan. Thanks for having us. It's, well, I'm not doing no else.
I didn't know about that.
You didn't know I was coming. I only found out you were coming when I saw your picture.
Did you? I'm right pleased to see you, love. I really am. I promise you that.
Oh,
I'm only
lovely to
pulling
see
you
you
back.
too.
Pull it. I couldn't even lift it.
You couldn't take me. I broke it. I've torn a ligament in my foot. So I'm hobbling around. Yeah, I've all strapped up.
How have you managed
Says
that?
you're right for exercising.
Getting out of bed.
Getting out of bed, yeah. No, it was exercise. You're right, it was exercise. You know Reservoir by you, Billy? I was walking around that and I tripped up and went wonkled over on my ankle. I went, oh, flipping heck, that hurt. And then 2 days later I was in A&E. With all,
and it's a long way to walk back and all.
Yeah, well, Emily went back and got the car, bless her. So I'll live. I'll live.
I'm an expert on pain.
Yeah. Sorry, Nathan. Sorry.
Nathan, I'm sorry. What we should have done is done half an hour between us before we even started.
Yeah.
Right,
So,
I'm in professional mode
right,
now.
right.
Me know, I'm ready. I'm poised. Poised.
I thought you said moist then. Jesus.
Moist.
So, hi guys, welcome to episode 1 of Interval Conversations. I'm Nathan, and this new podcast is just talking to people within the theatrical industry. And today I'm so happy to be joined. It's causing trouble already. I'm happy to be joined by the Panto legends that are Neil Hurst and Billy Pearce. So, hello guys.
You've got me mixed up with somebody else.
I was going to stand up and show mine, but I'm going to be honest. I haven't put any trousers on for the last 6 weeks. Yeah. So nobody wants to see that. Trust me.
No. Well, hang on. Show me it then. Don't forget. I'm your man. You used to pack it, don't you remember?
I did, yeah. We did a summer season together, me and Billy, Nathan, and
Cumberland sausage you used to put down there. That weren't pretty time for the family show.
We had to wear these leotards, right? And it was cold theatre, should we say? So I thought, well, I'll help, but I'll stuff it a little bit with some socks. They kept moving further down my leg as I was doing the dance.
It's not very big, but it can fill a pram.
Yeah, and twice. Can't anymore. Unfortunately.
Oh, there you go, mate.
There you go.
Thank you.
Sorry, yeah, Panto legends. Well,
yes,
he is, I'm not.
happy to be joined by Billy Pearce.
You are in Halifax.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sunny Halifax.
You're in Halifax now. Cool.
Yeah, sunny Halifax.
I'm in Kirkham-gate, which is down the road.
Here, couldn't I? I could open the window and shout, and I'd hear you.
Yep.
Yeah,
actually, why we bother with this? I'll just come round to you. He lives
I have to keep the gate shut though. I got a bit of a cold the other day, and for a week they fed me toast because it was the only thing they could get under the door.
Anybody tuning into this will just hear me and you, Nathan, giggling for the next hour.
I'm sorry, Nathan. I'm sorry, love. You're going to have to take control here, mate. You need to take control.
I know. I'm trying.
Go.
Right. So, question 1. So, obviously, you've both had long careers in your respective theatres. So, Billy,
I've not had as long as him.
No. So, Billy, you've just gone to 21. Neil, you just did 10 years at the Vic, and now you've moved on to Hull New, I believe.
Yeah.
So over those years,
yes. Well, I've done 1 year at Hull, but and fingers crossed I get to go back at Christmas. But it's all sort of up in the air at the moment, isn't it? So, that's the plan of battle. I'm doing the Snow White that you did last year, Billy. Apparently, if it comes off.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be good. Snow White.
Well, you're great. You'll have a great time, and they've spent a lot of money on that theatre. So
beautiful. Yeah.
What they do is when they always do a new theatre, they do it up, spend millions of pounds on a theatre, and they never book me back. Do you know to do the new?
That's it. Yeah.
I can only do the crappy building.
So over the years, has there been any highlight? So any highlights over the years? So it could be a show, it could be a performer you've worked with, routines.
In regards to pantomime?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Gosh, there's been hundreds for me. I mean, it's a cliche, isn't it? But every time you go out on stage and you see the kids there and they're really excited, that is one of the main reasons you do it. The money helps as well, but one of the main reasons you want to do it is to then kids to get so excited. And I know it sounds a cliche, but it's a real highlight every time you get out on stage and do that show, and the kids are dead excited.
Yeah, I always have my speaker on in the dressing room. When you can hear the audience coming through the speaker, and when the kids are singing and things like that. When some pop song comes on, all the kids, especially if it's schools, when it's
Yeah.
I do love that. That sort of wakes me up, and I like to, before I've even set foot on stage, because they're excited, aren't they? So that excitement comes through that little speaker, and off you go.
It's unlike any other kind of theatre, isn't it? Because you don't get that.
I don't get a chance to do any other kind of theatre. Not like you, mate.
Well, I only get because I'm very, very cheap.
You're a proper thespian now.
Help me on. But yeah, I know what you mean, because you get that buzz and they sing along. Last year, they were all singing Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you sold it on eBay. I was like,
Right.
that's
Really?
good. I'm writing that down. I like that.
All right.
No, that's whole
No,
audience.
really,
Oh.
yeah, them kind of things. I mean, they've got people go, you get bored doing the same show twice a day, and they go, no, because it's not the same show twice
No,
a
it
day. It's a
isn't,
different
no.
show. The audience make it different every time, don't they? So, you know, in all the years that I've been doing pantomime, and I've worked with some great people, lovely people. I mean, recently, last year, with Faye Tozer, Paul Chuckle, who I believe is coming with you.
I think he's going somewhere else now. I think he's.
All right.
It was on the bill.
Yeah, Cardiff or something. Yeah, I was doing it. Cardiff or something like that, I think he's doing. But you've worked with some amazing people in pantomime. You worked with John Inman.
John Inman. No, I love John.
Christopher Biggins.
He took me under it. Oh, Christopher Biggins, yeah. I wanted to do Cinderella, but he was happy with Aladdin.
Your wish is granted.
Hey! Let's let the genie out the bottle, hasn't it?
That's what he does, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I like work. You know, working with these old pros that have done pantomime since Jesus were a kid. You know what I mean? And they open the makeup boxes and they've got their old makeup. You know, where they do the red dots in the corner of the eyes and everything's. You know, and they have been doing panto since the 1950s, and you can learn so much.
They're the people that you soak up off, aren't they?
Yeah, they really, yeah. Billy, I've said this a million times. Excuse me, I'm burping, but I learned more standing in the wings, watching people like you, people like Frank Carson, the Weeds, people like just standing there in the wings watching. You could ever learn. If you had to do a course on how to entertain an audience.
No,
just
that's kind of good to include me in that realm of those wonderful people. But
well, it's true. I mean, we did those lovely seasons together, and back when they had summer seasons. Do you remember summer seasons?
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, funnily enough, Cascade's been putting stuff on from our season. Oh no, you didn't do that one.
No, I did the season after a bit. I remember. I've seen on Facebook she's put them on. Yeah.
Some stuff like.
Same joke, different costume.
But
that's what I'm enjoying about doing Hull this year, Nathan. Or last year is I did 10 years in Halifax, and I tried to do a different stuff each year, but the well was running dry towards the end. Yeah. So in Hull now I can do like a greatest hits. Which is just,
fantastic.
You can go, that one worked. Yeah, you've got a pool of stuff that you can use, Anyway, sorry, Nate.
That's a luxury, isn't it?
Yeah. My next question was going to be...
That's what you juggle. Sorry, Nathan, go on.
So my next question was going to be, what is the most rewarding thing about Panto? But you've actually both touched upon that quite a bit at the start of your answers.
I was just going to say...
So I'll move on to the next one. What do you find the hardest thing in panto is, like doing pantomimes? So.
I just saw his mouth moving. I don't know what he's saying.
The hardest thing about pantomime is if you get an injury or you lose your voice or something goes wrong or you're full of cold or you've got norovirus going around and you've got 2 shows to do and it can turn into torture, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on, if you do a damage, like I broke my ribs, broke my big toe, my fingers, that kind of thing, pulled my hamstring. Talking about your foot, with Colleen, I had a thing called plantar fasciitis.
Oh.
Have you heard of that?
No.
It used to be called policeman's heel, and you can't put your foot down.
Oh, yes.
You can't put your heel down. Oh, man, it's so painful. So still in my shoes, which I haven't worn for 6 weeks, is the little insoles what Colleen bought me.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I could hardly walk, but last year I was perfect. There was no trouble at all. I did it in rehearsals. I had wrong shoes on for running about and that.
Yeah.
The wall and stuff. That's how I did it.
True.
I'd never heard of it before then, but that was it,
It's true, though, if you do get poorly during a pantomime, they are relentless, 2 shows a day. I did a show many years ago, and it were 3 shows a day. That's when I very first started doing pantos and stuff. And then you go on for that third show and you think, I've done this, especially with ad-libs and stuff. And you think,
no, absolutely.
I'll say that because, it's dead funny. And you say it and you think, oh no, I've already done it in this show. It was,
deja vu, and you don't want that again.
No. No, you really don't.
But yeah, I've done 3 in the past, and it's a killer.
Yeah, it really is. It's really difficult.
Because I can imagine, because the roles both of you play, your energy has to be so up there to get everyone involved and interested. So, especially at 3 shows a day.
It's about the kids.
Yeah.
Energy's like the kids, isn't it? If you walk around shuffling your feet and being boring, then the kids will lose interest and all that. So I kind of behave like a child when I'm on stage, and that's what Neil does as well.
Yeah.
And you make the kids laugh and the adults come along. But you're right about the energy. I mean, I've been last year jumping in the pit and all that, which is a lot for me. I can't go out and party like I used to do, put it that way.
No, you stay in and party and get them all round to you.
No, absolutely, yeah. No, but you can't do it, can you, when you've got 2 shows? And when you're leading from the front, when you're on top of the bill, I can't have a day off or go half, only perform at half. I have to go out and give it everything every single time.
I have a philosophy that I don't like my understudy to go on, so I've only ever let an understudy go on once, and I found that he was really good, and it scared me a little bit. So I was like,
Tesco's to somewhere.
It was easy in Tesco's now. No, bless him. No,
not having that.
No, he can't. No, get rid of him. But
Friends,
so since then I've never let an understudy on. That was on Fat Friends, yeah. The only reason I took the day off was for my sister's wedding, and you've got to, so...
Yeah, but as a comic, and as the lead character in the pantomime, it's hard for a dancer or somebody to go on as your understudy.
And
it's not fair for them to have to do that, is it? I mean, you can understudy the part, the people that have got parts and lines, but the actual being funny is not easy to... No. It's not easy, is it?
No.
Certainly not for me, mate. I've been booed off walking on.
He never stops. I love it. He's like a machine. I love it.
It's like joke bingo.
It's brilliant. It's just brilliant.
But moving on. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh.
No,
Pantomime.
Pantomime.
Are we still talking about... Okay.
So, what influence do you personally have on a script? So, is there anything you try getting every year? Is there a routine you try put out?
He's tickling me. Is he tickling me?
Did you feel that?
Do it again.
Up to date. Steady, love.
Well, in regards to stuff in the pantomime, I mean, there's always something written, isn't there? But then you go away and go, well, I make it my own, really.
You put the meat on the bones, don't you?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah. You've got the.
It's just where
you've always got ideas.
That's the problem.
It's what, sorry?
It's where you get the meat from.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's funny. We'll have that. But
I'm writing these down as we speak.
But I purposefully, for about 5 years, purposely didn't go and see any other pantomimes because I thought you don't want to. Well, to be honest, after I'd influence too much, and also to be honest, once I'd finished the pantomime, I was a bit pantomime to death, to be honest.
Yeah.
But this last year, I went to see. I came to see you, Billy, because I finished that panto quite early, so I came to see your show, and it was just wonderful. It really was. I saw
how much
Elaine C. Smith. Yeah, it's all right. Sort me out later. The Glasgow Kings I saw as well. That was just brilliant. And I've just been able to sort of watch stuff and go, oh wow, that's a really good idea. And maybe if I take that idea and put my slant on it and stuff, do you know what I mean? For different years, in the future, and you
that's what I
kind of build up a little Rolodex.
Like a mastermind thing, not a mastermind chase. Yeah. And all the questions are rubbish. You know what I mean? They're all But they know you're going to rewrite it. That's the thing.
Yes.
So I just take it the script. But what I do is that normally about probably September time, I think when they've got the cast together, they send me a rough script, and now Ed will come up and we'll have a meeting, and we sit down, and he asks me what I might like to do, which is normally I haven't got a clue. And then he goes away with my ideas, and then that comes, they say, we don't like that or we like that. Normally they like it. And then right up to the first day of rehearsals, then, because of the pressure starts. So for last year, the last couple of weeks, I were up till 4 o'clock in the morning just messing about with it. So when I walked into rehearsals, Ed knows. So we get to the opening scene when I'm involved, and he goes, right, before we start, what have you done? So they look at me because sometimes they're a bit upset because they've spent time learning the script.
Yeah.
And then I come along and change it all. But luckily, they realise that I'm not out for myself. I'm out there to make it better and funnier for not just me, but for them. So like with Paul last year, I wrote lines for him, you know, for Paul to get the laughs and stuff. So when they realise that, I don't, well, you know, Neil, you've worked with me, love, I'm not a precious.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather you get a laugh than me. So it's kind of easy in that respect. The rest of it, all the other scenes, I just let them get on with it, unless someone comes to me in rehearsals or something, you know.
One thing I always remember about working with Billy was, you know, the very beginning of one of our Blackpool shows. It was when all Little Britain stuff was quite big, wasn't it?
That was brilliant.
It was great.
Was that the Andy and Lou routine?
Yeah, so I was Lou in the wheelchair, and Billy was, we're going to see a show, you know, it was that
but it was right at the beginning as well. I'm ever so sorry, we were waiting for some audience members to arrive while they were playing Reginald Dixon going, and then all the dancers and everybody all came out dressed as old people with Zimmer frames and all that. And then right on the end, it was me and him doing the Little Britain thing.
Yeah.
So tell me the rest of it, because it was a good sketch, that, wasn't it?
It was a great sketch. So he pushed me on and he says, well, I'll have to go and find the seat where we're going to sit. And he goes looking for the seats we're going. And then the music starts, and was it a can or something like that? And I was Little Britain, so I jumped out of the chair, and I'm joining in with the can. And then eventually, it all finishes. I sit back down in the seat, and he comes on and wheels me off again. Oh, well, I can't find a seat. But what's lovely about that was...
we should have been at North Pier. Yeah, we should have been at North Pier. We are been at North Pier.
But that was the first thing the audience saw, and essentially the joke was for me. And I thought that was a really lovely thing to do, because it was the first joke that they saw, Billy, and you know it was me that was getting a laugh. And I thought, wow, you know what a legend for him to do that for me. And God bless you, lovely man.
Well, you've got to, you know, I'm a team player, really, mate. But that's like, I suppose that's part
of the good of the show. It's like you said, you know, you want this brilliant show, and sometimes it does work that. You know, you say it because it'd be funnier if your character said it. In the laugh of the comic, sometimes it's about you serving the piece, isn't it?
We have spoken.
Thank you. And next question.
That's all right. It's just good to listen to you both with all that. Do you have any favourite routines? Oh. So, do you have any favourite routines that you like to do within Pantomime? Because one of my favourites is the who, what, I don't know routine. So, who's on first? Because I know, Billy, you did that a few years ago with Darren Day.
Oh, I've done it a few times, yeah. The best one was Peter Pan, and I were Smee, and I think it was John Chalice, he was Hook, and... all the pirates were all the acromaniacs, you know, great lads, hard-working lads.
I remember them.
It was who, what, where, when, and all about the sails, though, and the sails on the ship. To take these sails for the thing, the man at who, and all that. Well, I couldn't get out of it. It was like I was going round on opening night. I couldn't get out of I kept making a mistake and going back to earlier on. But I did it 2 or 3 times before. I thought, this is going on a lot longer than it should be doing. And the lads started laughing, and I couldn't get out of it. And in the end, we were absolutely pissing ourselves, the whole lot of us. And we just finished up like in a huddled like a rugby scrum, laughing and laughing and laughing as we went off because I couldn't get out of it. So that was a funny moment. But you know, when stuff goes wrong, I quite enjoy all that, to be honest.
Oh, it's lovely when stuff goes wrong. I mean, and sometimes you'll go, oh, we'll try do that again, so it goes wrong again, and you can never replicate it. And you try it again, thinking you're dead cool, and it'll be dead funny, and it just doesn't work, does it? You know.
One year at Pantomime, we had it must have been Jack and the Beanstalk, and the cow was a Dexter, an ancient breed of cow, which is you know, it's still bloody big, like, you know. And we had the cow, that was Daisy the cow.
You had a real cow, didn't you?
Yeah, a real cow, yeah. And we had like 3 horses and all in it. There were a stallion, a pony, and a falabella. You know, one of them little horses. Yeah. And this cow. So Jan Eric, the clown, who was a fabulous bloke, he looked after the cow. Daisy, the cow, he looks after it. So I said to the blokes in the wings, because I've had horses and all that in Cinderella, you know, if they have an accident on stage and they have a crap, I've said keep a brush and shovel and a bucket and spade and all that and a bucket and everything, so I can come out and clean it up. You know, I clean it up, get some laughs out of it and all that. And sometimes I've pretended, you know, when I've got it on a shovel, and you pretend to chuck it at the audience. They're all screaming. It's brilliant. So anyway, I got to know the cow. I had to learn how to work with the cow. I took her out for dinner a couple of times, and we slept together, and we finished up on first name terms. And anyway, so I got to know her. Bless her, I fell in love with the cow. And I got to know her body language. So we're on stage one day, and Jan Eric's there in the circus outfit, you know, with the top hat on and all that, the ringmaster. Yeah. And then I could see the body language with it. They start arching the back and the tail comes up, and I thought, it's going to have a crap. And they've been feeding these pellet things. So when it comes out, it don't come out like a cow pat. It comes out like large rabbit currants. Yeah. Like big ones, like golf ball size. So they're a lot easier to pick up. It's not just one of them. Right? So I could see the back arching and everything. So I runs into the wings to go and get the shovel and the bucket and the brush and all that. And I couldn't find it. They were saying, well, where's the bucket, you know? Because I said, you've got to be ready. And I couldn't find it. Right, so I'm running around panicking. And then I heard 1,500 people absolutely screaming. And I ran out with the bucket and the shovel and the brush and all that, right? And Jan Eric, the tail was up. And he'd taken his hat off, and the cow was pissing into his hat. He was pissing into his hat. He had a hat full of piss. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. That was one funny, but, well, you can't really reproduce that, can you? No. If you could do that twice a day, it'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? You just need a lot of hats. I've had
kids wetting themselves during a song sheet, and it trickles down the front of the stage, but no, I've never had a cow do it.
Well, it's always animals and kids, isn't it? You know, I mean, you can take your life in your hands at times. When it works, and sometimes it can be. You rely a lot on the usherettes to pick the right kids, really.
Yeah.
You have to bring one up that's 18 and 14 stone, you know. One year I went to Northampton, I went to the kid, hello mate, what's your name? And he went, like crying. And all this snot was all hanging out, all hanging down and all that. It was inconsolable, this kid. You mean? I had to get me through. See you later then. Give him his goodie bag. Don't come back.
So, this year, we had the wonderful Jake Canuso, who's worked with you, Billy, and he had these fans in on the front row, and
the boys and girls.
Yeah. Them. And there was this one guy in front row saying, Can I come up? And I thought, oh, God. And everybody could see this fella on the front row really wanted to get up on stage. So I was like, all right, then you come up as well. I thought, I'll get a bit of a laugh. You know, it's a grown-up fella on stage. I said, so what's your name? And he went, or whatever his name was. And I said, and how old are you? Said, and then what would you like for Christmas? And he went, I want Jake Canuso round at my... taking the microphone off with that. Please don't go any further, no.
I used to get one of the kids as a plan, and the kid would go, do you know any... I'd go like, all down the line, do you know any songs or poems? Sometimes you get them doing stuff. But my plan at the end, do you know any songs or poems? Yeah. Mary had a little lamb. She kept it in a bucket. And every time the lamb got out, the bulldog tried to, and I'd go, whoa, 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 who's told you that? Eat it. She'd go, oh, you're all right.
Lovely. I saw a lovely routine in fact, you've probably done it in Glasgow when I saw their show this year. They got, obviously one of the kids was a plant who was right precocious, this kid on the end of the row. And at the end of it, he dropped him in the pit. Yeah, it was very funny. It's very funny. Sorry, Nate. Sorry, mate. You're running out of time.
I'm running out of time. Yes, it's been good. I've not had a chance.
Kid with a wig on. One of the kids.
Yeah.
You knocked the kid's wig off, and you were bald underneath. He patted her on the head, lifted the wig up, and the kid. She had a bald wig and short hair.
Oh, yeah.
She looked like that she weren't well, and I wouldn't dare do it like that.
No.
I pulled a pig's head off once. One of the kids dressed as a pig, and I pulled her head off.
Oh, it's one of my favourites. When you do the bows and you're thanking the sunbeams, is you pick one and you say they're not allowed to move. You just pick them up and turn them around.
Yeah. I don't always do. I mean, they're just I muck about the kids because. For those children that are in the pantomime, it's a magical experience for them. Yeah. And we've got a lady that puts all the kids together called Sarah Packham, who's got a little dancing school up in somewhere up in near Keighley. I forgot what it's called. And but she's absolutely wonderful. The kids are brilliant, and loads of her kids have gone on to much bigger Royal Ballet and all that all over the world. And she's marvellous with them, but they're in a way that's kindness, not strictness.
Yeah.
And they do have to stand. So it's me taking the mickey out of Sarah Packham because they're not allowed, you know what I mean? So sometimes I pretend that one of them's a boy, or, you know what I mean? One of them's farted, or, so I've done it always about. And the kids, they love all that. Yeah, I mean, they won't let me do birthdays because if you do birthdays in the theatre, for somebody in the audience, you've got to do it for everybody, haven't you? So it can go on forever. And it's always a timing of it. So I used to like to, when it was one of the Sunbeam's birthdays, mention that on the stage. But then you get letters saying, "What you mentioned of it?" You said, it's awkward, really. I mean, they moan about everything sometimes. I had a woman. I got a letter one year because I was going. So next time I come out here, I'm going to shout, "Hiya, kids!" And I want you all to shout, "Hiya, buttons!" Right, here we go, "Hiya, kids!" Well, that were all right, but there's some people not shouting out. I think it's some of these older boys and girls not shouting out, like this one down here with the right Miss Moggy face. If you see any of them older boys and girls not shouting out and joining in, kick them in the shins and bash them over the heads with their handbags. So I get a letter saying, "We come every year, and every year you insult my husband by saying he's got a right Miss Moggy face. He's not got a Miss Moggy face. He's had a stroke." As if you could see him every year. Do you know what I mean? Hey, he's here again. You haven't got a minute. He had a stroke. Right.
Oh, brilliant, mate.
That is funny. The thing that's been good about this podcast is I've not had to ask.
You haven't had to say anything.
You've answered my questions without me having to ask. Yes.
You're running out of time on your meeting. I know. You've got 3 minutes left.
And I said, upgrade to pro. I don't have that kind of money.
Of course you do.
But we'll just close off now. It's been absolutely brilliant talking to you both. Thank you so much for taking time out.
Did you close off?
No.
No, bless you, mate. Thank you very much for inviting us on. And it's lovely to see you.
And you've literally answered all the questions. Literally every question.
No, but
it's just brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks,
And
mate.
I'm just saying, Neil, it's lovely to see you, love, and I'm glad you're doing so well. And I hope all the kids and lovely Emma and everybody's all right, love. That's
oh, bless you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, my love to yours as well, and to yours, Nate, and anyone who's listening into this, my love.
All three of you.
yeah. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you too.
Nice to see you.
Everyone. See
Keep
you
safe,
later,
guys. Thank you so much.
I've got a bus to catch. Don't be late.
Ta-ra, love.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra. Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you so much.
Bless you, mate. Bless you, love. Thank
Keep
you.
safe.
You and all, love. Bless you, mate.
Right. See you later.
Ta-ra, loves.
Ta-ra.